Well, I guess no anime breasts for you. Skip it up and that up. So recently I did a video with my editor, you should go check it out, called The eShop is Complete Garbage. I'll have a link to it below in the description, if I remember. If I don't, just look up the eShop video on my channel, but I'll try to remember. But I'm a failure at remembering anything. I'm a failure at life, so I probably won't. Well, anyway, we talked about how the eShop is a complete mess on the Nintendo Switch, and you could go check out all the talking points there. I think they're all pretty damn valid. But one of the things that kicked off this story was a game that was supposed to be released in August 4th, on the eShop, and that was called Massage Freaks, where you would be massaging anime breasts or massaging anime characters on the Nintendo eShop. This is the same company that didn't want blood in a Mortal Kombat game back in the early 90s on the SNES. Man, how times have changed. Well, it seems that Massage Freaks was too spicy even for Nintendo, and the game has been indefinitely suspended and is not coming out on August 4th, and pre-orders have been canceled. This comes from NintendoLife.com. I'll read it to you, then we'll discuss. As reported by Automaton, folks were quick to take note of the game's depiction of women and the apparent similarity to reported crimes in massage parlors in Japan. Specifically, it was noticed that the in-game characters shared the same forenames as members of the Japanese idol group Hinatazaka 46. It's unknown as to whether this particular controversy is the specific cause of the delay, as Curate has opted not to elaborate on the reasoning, despite quickly altering the characters' names. Now you can see below, the image on the left is the before, and the image on the right is the after. The image on the left has similar names to the Japanese idol group Hinatazaka 46, and they don't want any similarities there, so they changed the names. Now, the reason why Massage Freaks has been canceled coming to the eShop is because Nintendo received direct criticism for allowing the game on the eShop, and that is what people are speculating to be the main reason as to why Massage Freaks is no longer going to be released, or it's indefinitely delayed, which I'm kind of mixed on how I feel about that. Now, the reason why I'm mixed on this is let people have choices as to what they want to buy. If the game is rated properly, if it's rated M for mature, and some dude out there or whoever wants to massage anime characters in a video game on their Nintendo Switch while they're sitting in a restaurant somewhere, a little weird. I personally wouldn't do it, but let them do it. If that, like, the game should still be able to come out. That's not my main issue with the eShop. Let there be mature games. Let people have the choice, so long as the game is rated properly. And parents, if you don't want kids playing these games, it's your job to put the parental filter on and make sure you watch what your kids are doing. But beyond that, let the game come out. That's not the issue that Jay and I and many other people have with the eShop. What the problem is, is that it's just a mess. To try to find great games from independent developers or even third-party devs in general, you have to wade through a whole bunch of crap like Massage Freaks. Massage Freaks can be there, but don't have Massage Freak-like games pile on top of the great games that no one gets to see, where a lot of times you only find out these games exist on the eShop is by tripping across a video on YouTube, which isn't the way it should be. And I guess Nintendo is like, hey, why are we going to spend millions upon millions of dollars revamping the eShop when we don't have to do that and people could just find the games by watching our Nintendo Directs or tripping across them online? Okay, cool, Nintendo, I get it, but that's not sustainable for the long term. Not that any storefront really out there right now is fantastic, whether it be Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, or even Steam. Steam has improved, but it still has a long ways to go. But the eShop, I would say, is by far the worst. It's just whatever comes out, doesn't matter if it's good or bad, doesn't matter what its ratings are, it's just plopped on there. And like I said, too, Jay and I were talking about it, when you try to dig through the older games, like say, hey, I'm going to be patient today and really dig through all the releases and see the new games that are on the eShop, you can't find them. Because the further you go down, the eShop starts to lag. This game getting off the eShop or being canceled, coming to the eShop, Massage Freaks, let people have their choices. If the game is rated properly, let them buy it if they want to. That's how I feel. But beyond that, this is not solving the problem, Massage Freaks not being there. The eShop needs a complete overhaul because it's a slow, clunky mess that ends up hiding a bunch of great games that people like me would want to buy, and many of my audience would want to buy too. You're missing out on money here, Nintendo. You're leaving money on the table. This is Rich at Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one.